way I who on the screens, she reminds us of how people can actually be wicked. If you don't know, Ibedi Kama, who this woman is, her name is Sedinam Tamakulu. Now, Mahama is taking a very keen interest in this particular woman because His Excellency John Dramani Mahama now order the Attorney General Dominic Ayini, together with his co-officers, the Yoko and also the Office of the Special Prosecutor, said they should do everything in their power to make sure the woman we are Ghana over $100 million and above. And we join US no, didn't be back to Ghana. Now no face justice. Now she's just one of the many people who join it because many can say can US just some few days ago, any information about say Interpol red notice I had turn no because almost OSP and follow the due process and now announce here. So Ghana no I'm off be purported low maybe years can man say US even Kenofrata and assistant no or no is at larger yes or Japan. So currently that is the issue there. I war and I say my war see and only but me no can say woman here a friend is said in Tamakulu no what has she done? And why is that Mahama of all people? Because he obai you say Dr. Kwabena Dufo any other people are no more cases no ewo hono. Basically no omo equal for a plea bargain. So okay, we will pay this money, now drop a case no. But then this particular woman no, he's taking a very keen interest in. And what is really shocking is that Nipa or prosecuting no. And Anipo lead the prosecution, ex-president who followed in the government. So you have more breakdown of what really is going on, who this woman is, and what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, what he's doing, and as the keen interest he has taken in making sure that this woman, Abagana, na say justice be or and also face here, no face. But before then, let us put this on the screens for you to just get a clue of what we are talking about. Or say, we have applied to American authorities for the extradition of MASLOC CEO Sedina Tamaklo Ationu. We want her to serve a jail term in Ghana. So this is Attorney General Ayini. So the big question is, what did this woman do? Bonibe Nawaya, all of a sudden, or even though Mahama na appointing, all of a sudden, ye pesa ombra Ghana na ombe ye friend is ombe 7 sentence, a 10-year jail sentence. So this is what we are learning. According to what we are learning, this particular woman, she was appointed by John Dramani Mahama to be the MASLOC CEO during Mahama administration. Time na Mahama or president. No. Na ebra the MASLOC CEO ni BBC. For those of you who are moving no MASLOC no, the full acronym for microfinance and small loan center Ghana government and established here to implement poverty reduction programs in TBA me workshop me pesika instead of semeko absa and ameko ABA companies or more savings and loans or more farm mammy and some of the mammy cry who see who be brain government so why any dia meet man kwaje or more interesting or form na abua and crankre or more businesses senebea obi biara or business no you can go and take money at a very low interest rate. Na odia show business na is a capital no business so eku into me ye money a CEO of MASLOC any CEO of MASLOC no BBC the CEO ne se cantonment so railway line no so no eja ehye ewo ho na sa eja na ehye a eto wo ho no what we saw was eja ne to ho pe na say ehun be hia se Ghana ban ye be boa wo mo a omonia ma hye because ebi mu kwaji loan ebi mu koje ye friend is saying ebi mu de omu jeto nyina akoshem nti eba ne sa na te se omu sika na yeden akoshem nti e wosa eba ne say na wo se Mahama na ban o ka che MASLOC se monko na mo ne wo mo ne ma hye e wo cantonment agbulushi ni ade mo ne omu kasa ne mo omu sika on betimi ya den ahye mu business mu say sika na ye dem mo de show business mu no interest no very low no mutimi ya den sorry etiefo e de ne sie woman yi sika yi on ne deputy as at that time omo pocket sika no in fact ye chemu a sika ni phones ni ade anke wo say ye de market to be no omo san ka hwe obi was 200,000 and 20,000 Ghana cedis. The person ends up taking only 200 cedis and a woman yi on the deputy almost sign krata on almost 4G signatures and the sikanke was a call some victims we hono na call my account the deputy account the deputy need the minoka say no ya china or 7 jail sentence but the mastermind behind this no said in Tamaklu na bra san same way so no Mahama if ya dear so MP before by ya say bibi say the course so woman ni gina ko anima ye de ne court up and down within somewhere within the court process, which is a court case in the 2 years within the first year no and the woman no or de insra ekoma court say oyare obezo ko US na okwaji ayarehwe and ayaresa osanso bo Canada ni ade and okaso undwane your properties will have say case no she's been due diligence we bu ade a whole lot of things in a court man ho kwan ye man ho kwan woman efi Ghana ha call ye bepemene from 2018 or so no bepemene ene woman on back Ghana biem da e ba ne sa no court e rule etwa ye court case no so e rule in absentia say okay oni ho ono aka say na why ne ho so oni ho nti be rule case no ye be kwoswa without her ni rule case no against her nti ye book case na odifo a na then the day no no you didn't avail yourself o san so dwane ye so if any ruling in absentia in terms of courts nti e ban as a woman no I said in that time what really have to happen and what is really happening is that at the end of the day no now was say court ni chance la court ni ka say bone ni we di sika ni we wia nti o say okosebe 10-year jail term woman be peme on buy and na yes excellency John Dramani Mahama buy ya na buy no omudia tudwa say sana etie no I say woman e bomodin a na extraditing from US nti ye extradite Ken Ufuriata woman no so no e was say den ye extraditing na currently no that is the issue a cost so I say obiya den ka ho asem na ye wa hwe in all of these no people are asking e debe mpa biem na woman aye so Usha has say this a hit piece which is coming from Ghana Web or see the 10 sins of MASLOC CEO boss Sedinam Tamakulu. So here no they are giving us a rundown of what this particular woman does. Sedinam Tamakulu what she did that and then no Mahama ama order say yenko na yenko chino so US no wa yentro in Krata Emma US aban say yeah this year be pie krom we are over 120 million Ghana cedis or more. Time a court case cost no oje your friend is saying Eziat so can say Eziat but oje permission so oko US akosa no ho yare okwa wa US so on person on bakre bi man say US on oti asisi ano odin di juma yen hwa ha say o see the Attorney General and Minister of Justice while answering questions in Parliament on Tuesday, November 18, 2025, disclosed that the extradition process to get former Chief Executive Officer of MASLOC, Sedina Tamakulu, Ationu back to Ghana is at an advanced stage. Dr. Ayini expressed optimism that Sedina Tamakulu, who was sentenced to 10 years in prison, will be brought back to the country to serve her jail term. The former MASLOC boss was tried in absentia and jailed in April 2024 together with Daniel Azim, the former chief operating officer of MASLOC, who was sentenced to 5 years in prison with hard labor for causing financial loss to the state of over 90 million Ghana cedis to the state. So here no a bra parliament Dr. Ayini parliament ni bisa say okay ye bu in branding ti obi say we bia Ghana sika say nipa no oye MASLOC CEO nipa no MASLOC CEO and I say US o si Ken Ufuriata enfa ne bra Ghana. What about this one up and so woman no see ane de their talks and as in share wo a omuni US aban kasa na sa woman ya NDC aban Mahama appointing is onye MASLOC CEO we sika no adwane ko share US no ye be chine fi US aba Ghana na 10 years jail term e dey atono so no waba be serve wo Ghana osanso to aso say se na omudi kan ha no mo say case no ye din absentia se na aka no because no ni ho nti ye the case no ewo ni and also ne chief operating officer I friend Daniel Azim ono dey me no ka say no or jailer or 75 years a jail term with hard labor. Yen to asubim or say the former MASLOC CEO woes began after an investigation by the Economic and Organized Crime Unit Iwoku found fraudulent disbursement of funds during her tenure. She was accused of embezzling 3.19 million 3.19 million during her tenure as MASLOC CEO and causing deliberate financial loss of 1.9 million to the state. She was also accused of making an unauthorized commitment resulting in financial obligations totaling over 61 million for the government. It's a brand woman yi. Oh yeah, your friend is say MASLOC CEO no yechemu ya woman no. Ne ye any nye maybe or yeah no. Across 6 states which is Ghana buying over 60 million. Baako so no over 3 million. Na baako so over 1 million. Say sikeni nyina na bi wo wa or check na wa diabetes scanner kwato na account na so diabetes scanner akwato ni kunu account mu. Owie ye no. Ebra yoko ehwehwe ni nsem amu se woman no aboga na krono no. Pabam court procedure no in the middle and obeje permission. So ko US akosan ho yare a one back Ghana biom. Number 1, he said on my the breakdown of the 10 sins of a year Madam Sedina Tamakulu. Number 1, also appropriating 500,000 of MASLOC funds for personal use after it was returned from a private microfinance company or Batampa Microfinance Company Limited. It's umeyi MASLOC sika ana sika MASLOC for yi said be boy nkrofo bi no ekopie mu ewo private microfinance company for Batampa Microfinance on echi no return here back to MASLOC office na woman yi oyusu here in order to account ma or the year the obey 2 withdrawing 1.8 million in trenches after MASLOC board approved 1.7 million of MASLOC funds for a countrywide sensitization. Into a price as a woman yi oyisika almost 1.8 million. A bra MASLOC board no so only just 1.7 na omofanye nationwide sensitization. 3. Out of the 1.8 million of the sensitization program, only 1,300 cedis was spent on refreshments for some beneficiaries in the Volta, Accra, Bunahafo, with no program taking place in other regions. So it is our sensitization program here number be ya or budget say almost 1.8 million 1,300 cedis per and omutimi the year. Meanwhile, the akeni nyina no ekopie woman account mu. Number 4, appropriating only 579,000 cedis out of 1.4 million Ghana cedis meant for victims of market fire disaster in 2013. In the part say, Ebra Kantamanto ejano ehye way back in 2013-2012 na e was a woman ya or the then MASLOC CEO. Sika aban pushing and aban ka se onfa ma bomo omo ne ma hye omutimi fa hye omu business no omutimi sorry no say sika na aban ma ho kwan no na 1.4 million be woman no omo oyi only 500,000 Ghana cedis and do mo sa dia ka ni nyina no e ko share ni botom yenhwe 5 no e wo ha sei or say procuring 150 Chevy Aveo saloons at unit cost of 74,000 instead of 47,000 100 Chevy Spactite at a unit cost of 65,000 instead of 35,000 and 33-seater Isuzu buses at unit cost of $445,000 without PPA approval and parliamentary procurement approval. It's no omo party say women cars be any saloon cars be anka won so toto any ade anka mudi dwumon be ma drivers na drivers e dey aye loan omo use no me chanka kan say sika no any buses ni nyina no ye ka se ye ma ho budget a na wakoto de en wo so oto de wo so oto no so on top no we keep sika no en ye pass woman wa misappropriate funds ye to aso was 6 so procuring 200 pieces of Samsung B310 mobile dual SIM phones under a project called Pinko project market survey at an inflated cost of 93,412 when the market value of the phones were just 24,400 in 2016. It will me or can say see one more omuja. I remember this particular thing. One more na omunya mashishe ewo eye kantamanto no aban your margin sank e beto phones amomo na te say ye bemo muso na sanso amomo phones go mbibia ahye e na woman ko o cars obema eye phones be phones obema na Samsung B310 na sa phone no na e say baako eye just as at that time na baako ye just eye ne bo enye den the 200 pieces ni nyina akra no anka price na cost 24,000 Ghana cedis pe e na woman yi inflated price no by almost a year 60,000 Ghana cedis. Yes, by almost 60,000 Ghana cedis. So instead of 24,000 Ghana cedis, so woman inflated cost by 93,000 Ghana cedis. They are or pocket scanner or inflated cost no by 60,000 Ghana cedis. Emma the aka ni nyina no it say opocketi scan yensha 7 authorizing ex gratia amounts of 135,000 Ghana cedis and 82,000 Ghana cedis for herself and a deputy respectively. Into women, or yes, I am any and on Rankasa authorizing ex gratia payments for herself. So ex gratia payments no are authorizing for herself no 135,000 Ghana cedis. We no say deputy braha neka wanutum also G 82,000 Ghana cedis neka wanutum. And you say ex gratia payments no omu pocketi e bra obia ama ho kwan and our man authorization. 8. Paying herself and a deputy 28,000 Ghana cedis and 27,000 Ghana cedis respectively. Purportedly in view of leave. In view of leave. Inti woman ye patch say ebra na osanso eye in lieu of leave rather. Ebra na oye eye MASLOC CEO otua ono ankasa ne hoka 28,000 and on man deputy 27,000 say omu ko leave inti ska omu ko leave omu fan to omu ho eno no. And all these things are boiling up. Ama ye kan nyina boma woman she scores indirectly and directly no. She scores over 100 million loss of estate money. Owie no during the time and I yoku 18 asem oje permission and oka say oyeden or kwa bruchiri na just wakosan ho yare a bepemene one baby. And this is one of the major reasons cases are ekosi nyina no omo bana omo bebisa so omo permission na omo akwa bruchi akodi programmer courts no e refuse say the more because in penifo say ehun be paying. So this is exactly what is really going on. I mean, okay, say no. There are many reactions in regards to this. A lot of people are reacting to this. So, issue we are no. I mean, okay, say John Dramani Mahama is doing so well to make sure say at the end of the day, justice itself will prevail. You need insimmity. So we are looking at this case very closely, and at the end of the day, you be making sure say the BCBR you be bring more updates as all of these particular various events continue to unfold. Meanwhile, you better also know we have also a news about the upcoming burial, okay, of your first former lady, Konidu Ajman Rawlings, and the for at the funeral arrangement about Tuja or more say Yebema woman state burial and also Jenny Bebri, and also no let us say that this one of the smoothest form of a funeral arrangement amount for Bebri baso. Why? Because at the end of the day, what is really happening is that omo eyena ombeyen anya kasakasa bebre debi. It was just something that say yes so simple like I said they did it in decorum unlike that Lumba there. And it's yanko hwe egusiapeni announcement o make about eyene who say about Yemame Konedu Ajman.
On behalf of the family to inform you of the arrangements that have been prepared for the funeral, burial and funeral of Nana, slated for Friday, November 28th, 2025. I repeat, Friday, November 28th, 2025. The funeral activities will commence at 6 a.m. with the arrival of the cortege at the Independence Square, Accra. Independence Square, Accra. The official attire that the family recommend will be black, and there will be no official cloth for the ceremony. Come in your black as much as possible. At Independence Square is open to the general public, and the public is hereby invited to participate fully. Security and protocol officials will direct all mourners to their seats. The funeral ceremony on Friday, 28th November, will be the final funeral rites, and there will be no other funeral ceremony elsewhere once the burial service closes at the Independence Square.
So that is a year in Sema Yemami Jane so yeah mami koni drive man Rollins such as say the busuan for edit to just say maybe and same do no it is so simple so maybe and same do no what they are going to do is a yin and a yin share na e was a cost no so pepe na be cost. And also they are saying say in all of these things no omo ye ba ko pe omo ye biebium intinadofo ne ahwefo ese mo hwe no obi biara opese obe join no you have to know say your time is now. I mean okay say no in some way and echo. So that is the whole issue echo so there's been definitely a lot of reactions, but then at the end of the day no obi say it is what it is. So you want more updates as all of these various events continue.